I have never believed that man's freedom consisted in doing what he wants, but rather in never doing what he does not want to do. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Why did I quote this? Because in a world obsessed with choices, indulgence, and instant gratification, Rousseau reminds us that freedom is not doing everything. It's refusing to do what violates our soul. Too often today we confuse freedom with permission, with access, with unfiltered desire. But Rousseau offers a deeper, more radical vision of liberty, not as the pursuit of every impulse, but as the power to say no, to resist, to abstain, to walk away from what does not align with your truth. And that's why I quoted him, because I believe that in our time, this is the freedom we have forgotten. What Rousseau meant. Let's break it down. When Rousseau says freedom is not doing what we want, he is not condemning desire. He is elevating self-governance. He's saying, you are not free just because you can scroll endlessly, spend endlessly, indulge endlessly. You are free when you choose not to. When you say no to manipulation, when you say no to temptation that leads to self-destruction, when you refuse to participate in systems, patterns, or cycles that diminish your humanity. True freedom is not the absence of boundaries, it's the presence of principle. Why I quoted Rousseau today. Because I see how freedom is being distorted around us. We've been told freedom is the ability to buy anything, the right to say anything, the power to go anywhere, watch anything, consume anything, no matter the consequence. But what has this led to? Exhaustion, disconnection, addiction, not just to substances, but to approval, speed, noise, chaos. In this environment, discipline is the new revolution. Saying no is the new act of defiance. Living by inner alignment is the most radical form of freedom we have left. How this applies today. We are bombarded with choice. But choice without intention is not freedom. It's chaos. The freedom to scroll for hours? That's not liberation if it robs you of your time. The freedom to spend recklessly? That's not freedom if it traps you in debt. The freedom to speak without thinking? That's not liberty if it destroys trust and truth. Freedom, real freedom, is not the absence of constraints. It's the presence of will. It's being able to say, this doesn't serve me, I won't do it, and I don't need anyone's permission. That's strength, that's sovereignty. Advice for today and the future. So, how do we live Rousseau's version of freedom? Let me offer some ideas. 1. Define what you don't want. Freedom begins with clarity. Ask yourself, what behaviors drain my energy? What systems exploit my time or values? What relationships or environments do I no longer choose? When you know what you don't want, you become harder to control. 2. Practice. Saying no without guilt. The world will push you to do more, say more, share more, give more. But your first loyalty must be to your peace, your purpose, your path. Learn to say no with love, with grace, with conviction. It's one of the most empowering things you can do. 3. Create inner boundaries. External freedom means nothing without internal discipline. Train yourself to pause before reacting, breathe before deciding, reflect before engaging. Freedom is the space between impulse and action. 4. Disconnect to reconnect. Every once in a while, unplug, step away from the noise. Say no to the screen, the feed, the distraction, not because you hate it, but because you love your mind more. Real freedom is being able to hear your own thoughts. 5. Build a life you don't need to escape from. This is perhaps the highest form of freedom. A life that doesn't require numbing, running, avoiding. A life where what you do aligns with who you are. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about living each day with integrity and intentionality. Final reflection. Jean-Jacques Rousseau saw liberty not as indulgence, but as inner authority. And I quoted him today because we need that wisdom now more than ever. Freedom is not the ability to do whatever we want. Freedom is the strength to never do what we do not want, to refuse what disrespects our truth, our time, or our dignity. So I ask you, where in your life are you saying yes when your soul is screaming no? Where are you mistaking availability for alignment? Where do you need to reclaim your right to refuse? Because that refusal is the beginning of your freedom.